Hello, Dolphins fans and Jets fans. I'm Aquavale, and this is my score prediction for Jets at Dolphins. Monday Night Football. It's going to be awesome. It's not at all. It's going to be a tragedy for anybody who, wants to watch this game. It's going to be bad. Probably. Let's be fair. Dolphins and Jets, they're coming into this game both 0-3, both looking for their first win, both looking like shit. Let's be very fair. They both look really bad right now. On paper, when you bring up the paper stats, offensively and defensively and special teams wise and coaching staff wise, they're both kind of similar in like where they rank versus the rest of the league when it comes to every single stat you can measure. They're kind of bad in most, and then decent or good, if not great, in some others, which is wild. They're both around the same spot where they're both really, really bad teams on paper. And to be fair, in some games, they actually haven't looked too bad, to be honest. I know the Jets apparently looked pretty decent against the Steelers and did not too bad against the previous team they faced. I think it was the Buccaneers. They didn't do too bad. And then they got blown out by the Bills. The Dolphins got blown out by the goddamn Colts, and then looked pretty decent against the Patriots and the Bills. Now, I don't know about the Jets per se, but the Dolphins, I can definitely say that they have had problems where they've made huge mistakes that completely lost them the game. I'm talking mistakes that gave the opposing team touchdowns and points on the board to take the lead up higher. Like against the Bills, where Zach Sealer, roughed the kicker and gave the Bills new life in, which got them the game leading touchdown. And then on the game tying drive that they were trying to do, he threw a fourth quarter interception for the second week in a row, where they lose the game because he threw an interception on a drive when they were looking like they were going to get a touchdown and tie the game, which then led the teams to either get a touchdown or a field goal. I'm just saying, things have been going wrong for the Dolphins. I want to be happy with this team. I want to be faithful to this team. I can definitely say that my outlook for the start of the season, the first 4 games, was completely wrong, except for the Bills game. I technically got it right when I picked the Bills to win, just I was not expecting the Dolphins to be in the game for most of it until like the last 5 minutes, where then, Steeler and Tua, gave away the game. Everything I've said so far, everything I believed going into the season has been wrong. So you can take my win total prediction video and throw that bitch out the fucking door, because it's wrong. It's wrong now. Completely wrong. It is useless. Even though I did say that depending on how the games go and week after week, I'm going to probably update my positions and my points with injuries and how they're playing and everything else going on. I still want to believe that at least this game right here, the Dolphins can win this game. Since the Colts game, they've been slowly getting better. Is it because they're going up against division rivals? Or is it actually them starting to get things going? Did they start slow, and are they finally starting to do something? Hopefully. Is that what's happening? I don't know until we get past this point, until the Dolphins actually start putting it all together and stop making the biggest mental mistakes possible. I don't want to be a Tua hater. I am not a Tuanan. I am just a fan of the Dolphins and want my quarterback to be successful. To be honest, to be fair. But like everybody else, if Tua struggles against the Jets on Monday Night Football, if he throws another fourth quarter game losing interception while they're trying to take the lead or tie the game, and he throws another game losing interception like that, I think at that point, it's, at least for me, I'm ready to explore Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers. If we're going to be already bad, we are already 0-4. The season's pretty much over at that point, in my opinion. I at least over to the point of thinking we're gonna go on a run and get to the Super Bowl with Tua Tagovailoa. At that point, I would be questioning if there's anything we could do to trade him or cut him. What out they have. I'm just at that point. If this happens again, it's looking more and more like Tua is about to be done and about ready to be done with his career at that point, which is sad for me as someone who has had a couple concussions in their life. It would probably show that something is going on with Tua and that he neither needs a different team or he needs to retire and be with his family because, he's not looking good and making good decisions. He's having some good drives here and there. I'll give him that. But he's still making mental mistakes that he should not and did not usually make before. And it's becoming even more clear as the years go on that his arm strength is not all there. He had actually started throwing some good deep balls during the Bills. Hopefully we get to see more of those deep passes again, against the Jets, because that's exciting. We need more deep passes. We need the passing game not to be 5 yards behind line of scrimmage and short slants. We need to be able to get behind the secondary, or like behind the secondary, in down the field, get more than a 10-yard pass in there once in a while, and utilize the run game more. If the Dolphins can get the run game going, if they can get the ball moving down the field and not dink and dunk, but also get some deep passes in there, I think the Dolphins can possibly come out and do this. But then again, I'm hoping that everything goes right, which it has not. I think I talked about this with the guys on the Frozen Fins, the Frozen Fin Fans podcast, and I'm kind of in agreement with most of them on all their points. I just think I'm hoping everything goes right. I do have the Dolphins winning 30-27. That's where I'm sticking right now. 30-27 is where I kind of feel good, like 3 TDs and 3 field goals mixed around here and there is something I think the Dolphins might be able to do between the running and passing game, and then getting down the field, and then maybe getting 3 field goals that get the win. I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping, but just so everything has gone wrong this season so far. So even then, a guaranteed win that I would expect the Dolphins to usually get might not happen against the Jets. It's depressing. It really is. But at this point, it is what it is. So, unfortunately, that's where I'm going. It could go either way, and it's going to be a local and a national embarrassment of a game, unfortunately. It looks like it's going to be like the first Tank Bowl of the season, which really sucks as a Dolphins fan. But it is what it is. So, with that, thank you for watching. If you like, leave a like. If you dislike, leave a dislike. You want to see more, subscribe. All that nonsense. If you have any opinions on it, just let me know in the comments. What your score prediction is. If you think the Dolphins can do it. If you think they're going to sub 2 out for Ewers or Zach Wilson. Just let me know, my guys. Just let me know, okay? With that, thank you, and we'll see you for the game. I'll be live on this channel right here, Aquaville Sports. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ready to go for the Dolphins game. Goodbye.